Hey there, comic book fans. I'm back from the comic shop again this week. Pretty big week for me at the comic shop with 10 comics, and I pulled a magazine off the wall, one of those T.O. Morrow magazines. We'll show you that. But first, we got some classic stuff on our top of the printer museum comics this week. We got a Big John Buscema Silver Surfer number 16 cover. There's the Surfer versus Mephisto. And we got a Will Eisner, The Spirit. What number is this? 60. There are just so many good Spirit covers in this run. I figured I'd pull another one out. There he is in some mine tunnel, about to get run over by some mine cart. So we got some superhero action and some Perils of Pauline action this week. The Spirit visits Miami. Look at that. He goes on a little vacation. Let's see what comics we got. We've got an issue of Spawn. $3.40 is this? Still only $2.99. Rory McConville and Carlo Barberi are creators. Barberi being the artist, McConville being the writer. Looks a little Green Lantern-ish on this cover. Even put a green number I noticed there in the green logo, green number in the box, green eyes, green outfit. This is some Spawn villain. I forget which one now. But we'll read that. Then let's see. I barely even looked at these when I was in the store. I was so busy chatting, so I don't even know what I got. Radiant Black number 23. They're all on my pull list, so there's no reason to look at them. Radiant Black's been a good book for 23 issues, part of the Massive Verse over there at Image, where they have a bunch of different superhero comics that are in this Massive Verse. Radiant Pink is another one of them. What's the other one I get? I can't even. Rogue Sun is one of them, and there's another one that I don't get. I forget the name of. That was one of them. Then we got Nocterra, issue number 13. Tony S. Daniel and Scott Snyder continue their horror sci-fi story. Oh, there's Blacktop Bill. Of Earth after the sun's gone black and monsters start to take over and turn all the humans into monsters if they're not in the light. So, been a good series. Enjoying that one. This is a new one. Issue number 1 of Koju. Kokju. Scott Koblish is drawing this one, so that's why I picked it up. Jerry Duggan is the writer, right? Duggan, Koblish, Hi-Fi, Sabino, and Gray, it says. I don't even know what this is about besides giant monsters. We'll see. What is it? There's a quote by the great philosopher Roger Ebert at the beginning. What does it say? Something doesn't make you laugh. No one can tell you why it's funny. And it's difficult to reason someone out of an erection. Okay. So I guess this has sex and violence and jokes in it. Looks like giant monster fights. I don't know if this is a one-shot or a continued series or what. Or a mini-series, but I'll pick it up. Then we've got Frank Frazetta's Tales of Science Fantasy. I put this one on my pull list just because I've enjoyed the two other Frazettas, Dawn Attack and Death Dealer. And I believe this is like an anthology. It's going to be quarterly also. So it's not going to be monthly like the other ones or however often they run. But I figured, like I said, I liked the other two ones, so I'll give this one a try and see how it is. We got the last issues of 8 Billion Genies. Some first issues, some last issues. 8 Billion Genies, 8 of 8. We'll see how this ends. Issue 7 seemed that the world was finally in decent shape after the whole plot of this is one day everybody on Earth gets a genie to grant them one wish. Of course, it wrecks the whole world. But how it wrecks the whole world and how people have been trying to save themselves from the wrecked world is all what this comic is about. Then we've got Dark Ride by Williamson, Bresson, and Lucas. These are the Birthright team, their new comic. And it's about this horror theme park that actually has some demons in it. Actually, the father of the two lead characters, this must be a flashback because it's in black and white. The father of two characters made a deal with the devil or a demon or somebody to have this theme park be successful, and it is. And now the father's trying to make some new deal, and the grown kids are trying to run the place, and things are going crazy. We've got people disappearing and monsters eating people and all sorts of fun stuff. Then let's see what we got here. The Ambassadors, issue number 2. Mark Miller and Carl Kerschel. I'm not sure. It's got a different artist every issue. The first issue 1 was Frank Quitely, so that made me get it. And this is the story of 6 people are going to be given superpowers. The six people who, this is the woman right over here who invented something to give people superpowers. And she's like, she doesn't want to militarize it. She doesn't want to monetize it. She wants to give 6 deserving people superpowers. So she even mentioned she's like Willy Wonka. So we'll see what the rest of the book is about as they try to figure out which 6 people to give superpowers to. And each issue will be a different artist. The back of Mark Miller and Travis Charest is the next one. I haven't seen his work in a long time. Then we've got the last issue of All Against All. This is by the team who did. What was the name of that? I forgot the name of that book. The one with the ghosts and the punk rockers and the haunted mechs. Oh, well, I can't remember the name of it. But that ran about 14 issues or so. But now I picked up this one by them. And it's about, it's sort of Commandy, the last boy on Earth, except he's in space in this little habitat. I don't know what else to compare it to. And these aliens are trying to figure out, because these aliens who are in a war with other aliens make it to Earth, but Earth is gone. Everybody's dead on Earth. We all managed to get into some big war and kill ourselves. But they found some seed banks and DNA banks and brought some life forms back to see if they can do something with it. And that's how we get Commandy, the last boy on Earth, in space. But he's fighting with all the people. So that one's been fun. Can't wait to see how it ends. Oh, and here's something new. Another new first issue, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Usagi Yojimbo. I think Stan Sakai's doing this one. This is the latest Usagi series, I guess it would count as, because there's not another Usagi going on, and there's plenty of other turtles going on. I think this is going to be a 6-issue mini. And then they're going to relaunch Usagi. I think this is IDW. I think Usagi's going back to Dark Horse or something. I can't remember. But, looks like there was lots of covers to it. Holy cow. Oh, look, this one's even a wraparound. I didn't realize. Well, yeah, it is. Oh, it's 2 different sets. It's 2 different Usagis, I think. So there you go. I'll enjoy this one just like I always enjoy Stan Sakai's work. And then I picked up this Alter Ego and Neil Adams, The Brave and the Bold from T.O. Morrow. So this was like a $12 magazine or something. $11 magazine. There we go, $10.95. Just because I was in, you know what? I actually saw it was final order cutoff for back issue 143 up there, and I couldn't decide if I wanted it or not, so I didn't put in an order. Then I saw this one just sitting on the shelf. I was like, all right, we'll give that a try. There's probably a collection of interviews from Neil Adams from over the years. Here's his X-Men stuff. He's probably talking about that. And I haven't read that many Neil Adams interviews, so I figured I'd give this a read. I haven't bought much of the T.O. Morrow stuff in a long time, so I figured I'd give that a read. Let me show you one of my pieces I got done. We've got Dreams of Things 181. This is the cover I just finished. I finished it, I think, last Thursday. Marker coloring it. I like that. The very colored outfit. Once again, I don't know whether to call her a he or a she, just because sometimes my figures are androgynous and could go either way. I think this is a she to me, but then I just looked at her and went, I don't know. So There we have her in her multicolored robe and hat and face and background and all that. And this back here, still in the ink stage, is one of my Gatsby illustrations I've been working on. I just kind of finished this. This is Gatsby in the pool at the end. Kind of more symbolic than an actual pool, because we have people coming through the haze and bursts and stuff like that. So I'm still, that one's still a work in progress. We'll have to see. Of course, the page I bought with Mary Boppers, the bad space lady. So there you go. Some comic books, some artwork, and you guys have a good week out there.